What about it, YouTube? So, global narcissism, right? The uh, if you take narcissism to its end, you'll always think of yourself as a god. Okay, and so the highest reflection or representation of that is is to uh, dispose or take take any competition from its throne that's in your way. So if you could uh, create secret societies and uh, pervert an ancient religion and infiltrate other religions and control institutions and control finance, which is one of the key factors there. If you can get your hands on all that, right, as a global narcissist, taking it to its end, then this is what you would have. Um, and that's just, if we lived in a world such as this. I'm not saying we do, but if this is interesting to you, we'll just play some fiction here.
This is our second part on the abomination that makes desolate unto 1,290 days, and this is the image of the beast. Now, in this video, we're going to explain that how the Noahide laws fulfill the abomination that makes desolate. Hopefully, you guys watched the previous video. In that, we saw the Sanhedrin prepare the oil to anoint the King Messiah. We showed you how that's the 2,300 days unto cleansing the sanctuary. So many of you watching said, okay, I understand the oil, I understand to cleanse the sanctuary, but how is that the abomination of desolation? Well, the further aspects of the prophecy we're going to explain in this video. Now, we showed you before in a blog post to watch for this cleansing of the sanctuary, or the righteous sanctuary, after 2,300 days, okay, to anoint the Kodesh Kodeshim, the Holy of Holies. So it's anointing the king, anointing the prophet. Okay, so when they did the oil, it was very significant for us. Now, the other thing, as you can see, it was precisely on a precise date. So you might say, okay, Leland, I understand the date, 27th day, the 8th month, November 10th. Perfectly fulfilled in the prophecy. Now, we're going to explain some other details of what's going on in the difference between the Jewish calendar and the Enoch calendar, the proper timeline, okay? But this is amazing. So in order to convey this message, guys, I want you to pay attention to the black stone and the white stone. So what's happening is many prophecies are running concurrent of what the Most High is doing with the white stone, and then the beast is counterfeiting and mimicking that. So we have the 7 Noahide laws. This is like the black stone. There's no 7 Noahide laws. And it's a mockery of the 10 commandments, okay? That's the white stone written on tablets. Now, it's a mockery of the 7 ecclesia. Now, if you guys know this channel, you'll notice this pattern in the middle of this diagram. You see how it's 7 sides? Okay, they're mocking the 7 churches, the 7 ecclesia. We've showed you this pattern for years. Okay, you see the different colors? Well, this is the 7-sided stone. So they're taking the things and the concepts that are the white stone and corrupting them, okay, to deceive the people. Now, they also corrupted the calendar because they're saying it's the 27th day of the 8th month, which is the abomination that makes desolate, as you can see. But the proper date of Genesis 8:14 is the 27th day of the 2nd month. And this is very significant for us because we would then memorialize the ascension day of Christ, because he ascended in Acts chapter 1 the next day, the 28th day of the 2nd month, okay? So guys, this is prophecy being fulfilled. These are the 2,300 days from the satire goat, July 25th, 2015. 2,300 days, he said unto me, then the sanctuary shall be cleansed. Okay, the sanctuary was cleansed with what? Oil. Prophecy fulfilled. Okay, Sanhedrin began to prepare the anointed oil for the Messiah unto 2,300 days to cleanse the sanctuary, precisely November 10th, 2021. Now, Daniel's timeline also predicted the Revelation 12 signs, September 22nd, 2017. Okay, so from this date, we have another prophecy fulfilled. Okay, because that will begin the counting of the 1,335 days. So there's actually 5 prophecies thus far that have been fulfilled by Daniel's timeline. Revelation 14:1, the Lamb stood on Mount Zion around 144,000. That's precisely 1,335 days after the woman clothed with the sun, guys. These are 5 prophecies being fulfilled thus far by Daniel's timeline, and we have proof and evidence of things we can actually show you. Now, the other prophecy was the host was given against the daily sacrifice. Benjamin Netanyahu made the decree against war in Iran, okay, April 30th, and from the time the daily sacrifice was taken unto the abomination that makes desolate set up, it'll be 1,290 days. So how is the abomination of desolate set up? The 7 Noahide laws. This is the abomination that makes desolate. Okay, this is the image of the beast, is what you're looking at here, is things that are actually on the walls in Jerusalem. So we're going to show you proof and evidence how this fulfills the prophecy in detail, the abomination that makes Now, whatever you're doing, please stop and look at the video. I put a lot of work into this with a slide presentation to show you the video and proof and evidence of the prophecy being fulfilled. And you have to understand, guys, this is parts of the third temple built underground that we have shown you. Okay, the dining halls, the education rooms. Okay, this here is the education room, and that's, you see the dining hall, you see the education room, and then you walk into the synagogue. Now, the reason it's so important is because this is perfectly being fulfilled in the prophecy of Ezekiel chapter 8. So in Ezekiel chapter 8, it talks about this synagogue of Satan. It describes it in vivid detail, guys. We went to Jerusalem to show you the actual place so that we can tell you this message of the prophecy being fulfilled. So it's the Sanhedrin, the chamber of hewn stone. There you see the Hanukkah, and what are they doing? They're dedicating the oil. Okay, so this circular shape of seating has 70 seats, as we've explained to you. In the back there's 24 seats. This is the Sanhedrin council hall called the chamber of hewn stone. So how is this being fulfilled in Ezekiel 8? Let's look at the details of what's going on inside here, guys. What is going on? First off, it is the Sanhedrin's 70 seats chamber of hewn stone. So the circular seats and rows of seats, there's 70 of those seats pointing towards the center in the sun. And it says in Ezekiel 8, the 70 elders each had a censer. Okay, so the golden censer has incense. So what did they do? They prepared the oil to anoint the king Messiah. In the oil is incense. Okay, so the 70 elders, that's why they did this on the abomination makes desolate. The other 24 seats, okay, there was about 25 in Ezekiel 8:15, with their back to the temple facing the sun. It says it right there, guys. They have their back to the temple and the seats are facing the sun. Did you see the sun? There it is. They're facing the sun, so they have an idol sun, guys, exactly like what it says in Ezekiel chapter 8, verse 15. Now, the other thing it says, there's women weeping for Tammuz in Ezekiel 8, verse 14. And there's a women's synagogue underground right at the western wall as part of this area. And here you can see the women weeping for Tammuz, for the Antichrist. Okay, so guys, I was taken to Jerusalem to tell you this message. He said to me, son of man, dig in the wall. And I dig in the wall and behold a door. And he said, go in the door and I'll show you the wicked abominations. What are the abominations? The abomination makes desolate. So I went in, I saw and behold, every form of creeping things and abominable beasts and idols of the house of Israel portrayed upon the wall. Now, these are the things that were actually in another part of Jerusalem for the 7 Noahide laws. Okay, these are the 7 Noahide laws center for the Goyim. Okay, so these are the abominable things, guys. Soul emanations, divine emanation. If you're a real believer in Jesus Christ, you know this is chakras. You know this is paganism. You know this is other gods. So they have this pattern here in the 7 Noahide center for the Goyim. Okay, so that's what we're saying. Okay, this is the 7 soul properties, the 7 commandments, 7 divine emanations. Get your Hebrew certificate now. Learn how to read your personal code. Explore your destiny. And here's another part, which is part of the center of Grace Almighty, and this is the 7 Noahide center. Okay, so they counterfeited the 7 ecclesia pattern, and here you can see the 7 universal commandments. Okay, of the 7 Noahide laws, the Noahide code, and you can pause this and you can look up these organizations if you're interested. I just want to show you quickly the Sanhedrin 70 Nations Facebook page on the 7 Noahide laws. I will put links in the description field for this, and you can take the time and read this and go into more detail. So here we can just see basically the laws, don't do this, don't do that. Okay, the 7 levels of Gentile acceptance of the 7 commandments. Now, in a general sense, what's going on here is they are saying the 10 commandments are for the Jews, and for the Gentiles, you have to do this. Okay, and these are observances and different things. Take the time and read this. But what I want to point out is this. Let's focus in and make it very clear. I'm on the Sanhedrin website, guys. Okay, here we go. Moses was commanded by the Almighty to compel all the inhabitants of the world to accept the laws given Noah's descendants. If one does not accept these laws, he should be executed. Did you hear that? If one does not accept these laws, he should be executed. This is what the Sanhedrin is saying. This is just like what the Sanhedrin said. Whoever wants to survive must support the third temple. Okay, because if you don't, you're going to be executed, especially Christians. So this is the 7 Noahide laws, guys. It is the abomination that makes desolate. And if you don't think this is a big deal, why is the Antichrist sitting with rabbis on Education Day, March 2018, signing the 7 Noahide laws, guys? This is Haman's decree. Haman's decree in Esther chapter 3 was the 7 Noahide laws. Now, most of us think the abomination of desolation is a statue. And yes, we can see that Revelation 13, you have power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause the many who would not worship the beast should be killed. Okay, so yes, we do believe it's a statue, okay? But what we're showing is another aspect of the abomination that makes desolate in this video, and that's in Ezekiel 8. Abominable beasts, idols, portrayed on the walls of Jerusalem. Okay, so they're portrayed on the walls. We're showing you the actual walls that give us the connection of the image of the beast and a statue of a man. Okay, the abomination that makes desolate, the image of the beast, the statue, with the 7 Noahide laws. Okay, in the 7 Noahide center, what do they have? This statue. They have the 7 chakras. Okay. This gives us our connection to the abomination and desolation in the statute with the 7 Noahide laws, guys. We got this. Okay, so remember the white stone. The reason I'm showing you this is to get this solid. The white stone is the truth that God covenanted with Noah. The black stone is the corruption of what the Jews are doing. So the white stone is the 10 Commandments, God's laws, okay? The 7 Noahide laws is the goyim, to execute the Christians, okay? The corruption. Now let's look at God's covenant with Noah. It happened on what? The second month, and the 27th day of the second month, the earth was dry, and God spoke to Moses to go out of the ark. Now, if we actually knew the true calendar, in Enoch calendar, you see the 27th day of the second month is in the spring. And the very next day, what happened is this is the 40th day, and Christ ascended from the Mount of Olives. So we would have known, if we knew the calendar, we know that Christ ascended on precisely the day after God's covenant with Noah. And in God's covenant with Noah, in his seed, the promised Messiah. Okay, so Christ brought in the new covenant. Okay, going back to God's covenant with Noah. Okay, so God made a covenant with Noah and his son, saying, behold, I establish my covenant with you and your seed, the promise of the Messiah, on the 27th day of the second month. Okay? And God blessed Noah and his sons and every beast of the earth, the birds of the heaven, creeping things of the earth, and upon the fishes of the sea. Earth, heaven, sea. Now, what do we say at the end of each video? We're quoting the everlasting gospel of the first angel's message. Right? What is it? The heavens, the earth, the sea. And I saw another angel flying in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach to them that dwell on the earth, in every nation, kindred, tongue, and people, saying, fear God, give glory to him, for the hour of judgment has come. Worship him that made the heavens, the earth, the sea. Okay, what is that? We're doing the everlasting gospel just like Noah did. In the days of Noah, we would have an everlasting gospel to warn the people, fear God and give glory to the creator of heaven, the earth, and the sea. Okay? This is what you see in Matthew 24. There's a great mystery. The gospel of the king shall be preached in all the earth, and then the end shall come. And when you see the abomination of desolation, what is that? It's the opposite of the gospel of the kingdom. It's the 7 Noahide laws. The gospel of the kingdom is the white stone. The black stone is the abomination that makes desolate, which is the 7 Noahide laws. So the woman is given 2 wings of an eagle, guys, and this is her message. This is what she is seeing. She's given the 2 wings of an eagle that she would fly. And when she flies, she goes forth with this message, fear God, give glory to him, for the hour of judgment has come. Okay? Now, this is an order because she just assembled around the lamb, lion, ox, man, eagle, in the order of the cherubim, in the order of the 12 tribes. Okay? So then she goes forth with 4 messages. The first one is the eagle, fear God, give glory to him. The second one is lion, Babylon is fallen. Okay? The third angel's message is man, and it's the mark of the beast. And the fourth angel's message is blessed are the dead in the Lord, that die in the Lord from here henceforth. So that's the 4 angels' message, lion, ox, man, eagle. That's the white stone, and you can see the corruption of the black stone. So the Sanhedrin would have different laws. They would change the everlasting gospel. They would have oil and incense that they would anoint the Antichrist. Okay? They have the censer, they have the oil. That's why they did the oil on the abomination of desolation. Sanhedrin began to prepare the oil to anoint the King Messiah, which is 2,300 days to cleanse the sanctuary, November 10, 2021. Okay? So this is it, guys. We got this, man. The 7 Noahide laws are the abomination of the desolation. It is the image of the beast. It is the prophecy fulfilled. Okay? So I hope that's clear. Download this video, watch it a few times, get it solid, and get the 4 angels' messages down, guys. Okay? So this, definitely watch the previous video. We talked about cleanse the sanctuary after 2,300 days. We talked about the oil. And this one, I'm showing you the proof and evidence. We got the image of the beast statue connected with the 7 Noahide laws, guys. It's a quick video. I'm doing slide presentation. I give you the information quick, but study it, meditate on these things, see if they are not so. Thanks for watching. God bless you. Definitely watch Daniel's timeline. I will link in the description field. Thanks for watching, and God bless you.
So yeah, just for for YouTube's sake, like of course, I'll go with like Dr. Fraud Grande's style of immediately. Sorry about that. See if I can shut this thing up. There. I'll go with Dr. Fraud Grande's. I was watching that earlier. Take, and that's just conspiracy theory. And that, it's kind of reminds me of Jim Jones type of stuff. Like, you got to be a real big kook to be like that religious. I mean, could you imagine if there was any other religious group of people that were coming up with this kind of rhetoric and having who's that guy from Saturday Night Live that was in doing the White House thing there on the video? That couldn't have been Trump, was it? Was that Trump? I don't know. It's probably just like fake, because yeah, YouTube. This is just some fake stuff. Yeah. All right. For everybody else, I hope you enjoyed it, and God bless.